What is up, guys? Sam from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you a very unique cover 4 palms beater that can get your running back or your outside receiver wide open for a huge gain. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in my Vault update, I take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website, and you can opt out at any time. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about a route combination that you can run out of any spread formation that has a slot wheel. So right now, for the purpose of this video, I'm currently in the run and shoot book because this book has a million wheel routes from slot receivers. Switch concepts where you have the inside receiver on a wheel route and the outside receiver on some sort of vertical route that breaks over the middle are a staple of the run and shoot offense. But like I said, you could go into nearly any playbook that has a 2x2 spread formation and most likely find a play that will have a slot wheel somewhere to run this concept. Now, for those that don't really understand what cover 4 palms is, it is a match style cover 4 defense similar to the way that cover 4 quarters runs, but it has some very unique rules that apply against 2x2 sets like you see right here, and also some 3x1 sets. Now, in this particular video, we're going to focus on 2x2. If you'd like a greater understanding of how cover 4 palms works, please go over to gridirongameplans.gg. My nickel 245 defensive game plan goes into insane detail about not only cover 4 palms, but also quarters and the special checks that exist in the special rule sets that you need to be aware of when you are running and also facing these style of match coverages, because you're going to need to know who to use and who to exploit if you're on offense. So for this video, we're going to talk about the staple of the cover 4 palms against 2x2 sets. So if I were to go 4 verticals right here, the way that this works is you're going to end up with matching principles with basically the 2 outside corners that are over Mike Evans and also over Watson over here. And what they are going to do is if their man goes vertical beyond a certain landmark, I want to say it's like 7 yards, if they are on a vertical release, they will end up matching them man-to-man rather than playing a deep outside quarter zone. Now, the same is very true of the slot receivers. If they run vertical to that certain landmark, again, I want to say it's 7 yards. It might be more than that. Somebody in the comments can definitely correct me on that. What ends up happening is that the inside quarters, which are the safeties that are sitting too high look, you see one is sitting at roughly the right seam, around the 36-yard line, and then one in the left seam around the 36-yard line. They will take the slot receivers vertical. Now, the underneath defenders that are standing over the slots, those are what are referred to as quarter flats. They are designed to basically jam or muddy up the release of the slot receiver. You don't want to give that receiver a full head of steam running at a flat-footed safety who then needs to pick them up in man coverage. So the quarter flats will basically get a reroute and then kind of drop into basically what is a curl flat assignment for those that don't really understand how quarter flats work. They also have responsibility to the flats as well, and we'll get to that here in just a moment here with this video. But let's go ahead and run this 4 verticals, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Double reroute in the slot and match behind that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the instant replay to kind of break down what just happened here. So again, you see here that you're going to get the reroutes in the slots. You take a look over here at the left slot is getting a jam on the slot receiver there. Right slot, if we take a look here, is getting a jam on this guy. And then they're going to release them off to the safeties, who will then pick them up man to man. So everyone is in man-to-man. On the outside, you see the same drill. Receiver eats up all that gap of the off coverage. DB turns his hips and matches him man-to-man. Same can be said of the outside receiver on the right over here. He's being taken man-to-man. Now, these are typical quarters rules. Cover 4 palms will play 4 verticals the same way as cover 4 quarters. So quarters and palms will do the exact same thing. Now, here in the middle of the field, we've got this hook defender. This player is referred to as the 3-rec hook. This player is responsible for the third option to the inside on the passing strength of the formation. So as you can see right here, we got 2 receivers to the right, we've got 2 to the left, but we also got this guy right here in the backfield. So you have to number the running back as well. So if you number this, you got basically 1 slot receiver right here is 2, and then running back right here is 3. So this 3-rec hook defender, number 56, Demario Davis, is going to play his assignment in relation to the 3-rec, or to the third receiver, and he's going to play this hook right here. Now, because the quarter flat doesn't have anything in his area, he's going to go ahead and squeeze that route to bracket it from the outside shoulder, effectively taking it away the running back. Now, if I were to go ahead and run the same exact concept here and swing the running back out wide, what you're going to see is the reroute by the quarter flats, but then you're going to see that the 3-rec hook is going to kind of swing out with the running back, and you should result in the quarter flat and the 3-rec hook kind of playing that running back route accordingly. So you see how he swings out into the flat, and then the 3-rec is left to kind of spy the quarterback or wait for any, late breaking routes that might break over the middle in the event that you might have, say for instance, something like this. You're going to end up with him kind of dropping back over the middle of the field to be able to take away that backside crosser. So that is kind of the responsibility of, the 3-rec hook defender. Now, where cover 4 palms gets really interesting is where we have these wheel routes that I kind of talked about at the start of the video. These wheel routes basically change how cover 4 palms plays. Now, let me go ahead and before we get into the real wheel routes, we talk about a route combination here. I'm going to set up double curl flats here. So we've got 2 curls and 2 flats right here. Cover 4 quarters would result in basically the outside corner playing Mike Evans on his curl route. Cover 4 palms has a special rule where if the number 2 receiver in a twins look runs to the flat, we are going to end up with a trap of the outside corner over Evans flying down into the flat, and the safety over the top of Godwin, since Godwin does not go to the flat, is now free to swap off and guard Mike Evans on the curl. So it basically plays like a cover 2 sink type of defense against 2x2 sets. And you're going to see this action reflected on both sides of the field here in this route combination. So you see how they jump down and swap? That is exactly how cover 4 palms will play. So as you can see right here, switch concepts give you a lot of interesting options here because you can run this flat wheel combination where Godwin's going to release into the flat and then turn up the sideline. And what we want out of that is for the lesser talented match player, which is typically a safety. You think about safeties, they're great zone players, but they're not typically the best match players in the world. Now, some players that play match coverage, myself included, like to put actual corners at this spot. I actually play in mud. I use Antonio Cromartie as my free safety because I do match so often and I want somebody really athletic to take these route combinations. But what you're going to see here is if you run a route combination where the number 2 receiver flies into the flat, that's going to cause Mike Evans' man to jump down on that. And then you're going to get the safety who's going to overcorrect flying towards the sideline, who's going to give up the inside cut on the skinny post. So you're going to see kind of how this works. He can kind of, give up that break over the middle. Now, there are different types of flat wheel routes in the game, and they do impact how the coverage matches. So you saw that wheel route that I ran on the last play kind of caused the matching to work a little bit more slowly. Don't worry, that's not the tip that I just showed you. But I will definitely go to some of these, skinny post combinations, hoping that I can get, some of these matching combinations to work. And if you have a route tech, like I showed you in the video earlier this week, I want to say on Tuesday, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about with route techs doing a really good job against your match coverages because it's not an ability match coverage. You can't run like a 1 step ahead or something like that. Now, I've shown you, the wheel routes and how they cause the switching. That wasn't the tip. Let's go ahead and show you what we're going to do here. What we're going to do is, knowing that we have the outside corner will jump a wheel route to either side, we're going to do this interesting little trick where we're going to put the outside receiver on a smoke route and we are going to streak the running back out of the backfield. And what this is going to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 curls here on the backside, just to cause the matching to stay on the backside. But what this should do, let's hope that I don't get screened at right here. What this should do is should cause the smoke route to be wide open in the flat, and we should get the running back busting open wide open late for a potential 1-play score. So if you kind of see how this works here, you see how it like swaps off and we can throw this ball down the middle of the field? That is what we were looking for out of this. So let's go ahead and break down what just happened here on this play. So when we take a look here at how this works, again, we talk about if number 2 goes quickly to the flat, you're going to get this guy that's going to fly down and match it. Now, because this guy is not a vertical, he stays. And then the wheel route ends up getting also matched by the safety, because this safety is now looking to see if he can, this guy right here, because the smoke route is not vertical, he then says, okay, I don't need to actually stay here. I've got a quarter flat defender that can help me. I'm going to go ahead and take this vertical route, and we get a double team on this wheel route. So this wheel route was a decoy in the previous examples, and now we've got him a decoy where he's going to pick up 2 guys. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. This is a little bit funky. We've got this quarter flat defender who's going to drop out into the flat, and then for some reason or another, he decides, this 3-rec hook decides to pass him off to the quarter flat late in the play, which obviously right here, LaShawn McCoy's lost a step. He's not faster than DBs at this point in his career. We are still able to lob this ball over the top. Meanwhile, over here in the flat, we've got this smoke route that's going to be wide open. We could throw that for a huge gain as well. So let's go ahead and show you that here. So I put the outside receiver on a smoke screen. I put the inside or the running back on a streak out of the backfield. And then once you see this little crazy action going on, you just throw the smoke route. You see he's going to be wide open to catch and run. We picked up 14 yards right there. So this is a route combination that you can run on the wide side. It's also one that you can run on the short side. Let's go ahead and show you here. I do like it better to the wide side because you're going to get better opportunity to throw the ball and catch and run. But you're going to see right here how, you see here how that quarter flat or that 3-rec hook on the short side is able to kind of swap over there and get there a little bit more quickly. That's kind of what I'm talking about. You definitely want to go with, something that's going to allow you to effectively, I mean, you can't throw this ball inside pass lead if you have like a matchup nightmare or a backfield master, but you're going to notice that this is a much better play to the wide side of the field. So again, let me show you this here. We get this swap off. You can just throw this, if you get pressured, you just dump it out in the flat wide open if they have like an edge threat or something crazy out there. And then if you get time to throw this ball over the top, you're going to be able to, feather it in pretty nicely to the running back. So, this is a great like 1-play touchdown type of play where you're going to be able to be like, okay, well, if it doesn't look like the guy's open, you can just dump it out in the flat. And a lot of times, that 3-rec hook defender is oftentimes a user, and they're not going to know exactly where to be on this play. They might fly right up the seam with the running back. Knowing a human, that's the likely thing that they are going to end up covering. So, you see right here, you get some craziness where, it's really nice because you've got a 15 to 20 yard check down play that's going to be wide open in the flat if the pass rush gets home, and they're going to be sitting there, looking to take away your most likely read, which is, that route flying right down the middle of the field. You see right here, if you've got a fast running back, which we don't right here, that's going to be the rack as I showed you early on in the play or in the video for the 1-play touchdown. We're hitting the point in the year where these running backs are so fast that you're going to be able to make this happen. Now, you don't just have to do this out of 2x2 sets. You could go and look in some formations, like I know some like Y trips type formations have wheel routes and things like that as well. So let's say, for instance, we got like this formation gun trips. You got this play PA wide receiver in. If you want to attack palms, and kind of window dress it a little bit, you can do that as well. So let me show you what I mean here. We got this, well, actually this wheel route's a little funky. We'll see if this one works the same way, but you can motion this guy across into 2x2 and see if you can create some of the same, issues for this style of coverage. So let's see right here if this works the same way. And lo and behold, it basically does. And again, you just throw the ball down the seam to the running back or wide open in the flat to, your B receiver here. So you know, if you want to, you could definitely create some interesting route combinations. Like say, for instance, I wanted to, you know, put a stop and go or something here on the field. Motion it across and see if I could, you know, work this here. You know, it's still palms. You're going to get that matching style coverage. You're going to get your guy wide open in the flat out here. The wheel route holding both of those zones and the quarter flat flying up the seam with the running back is so crucial. The fact that a smoke route could be a 20-yard gain is really, really viable for any offense. So if you're struggling with cover 4 palms, let's go ahead and add this into your offense. It's something really simple that you can do. And, you know, if you're rushed, it's 20 yards. And if you aren't rushed, it's potentially a one-play score for you. So if you guys like today's video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to drop those below as well. Make sure you guys subscribe here to the YouTube channel and check out gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, $5 a month or $9.95 a month will unlock the entire website. Hopefully I'll see you guys over there on the website. If not, I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.